I say this to everyone: learn what you can from the past. The only value the past has is what you can learn from it. And when there's nothing more to be learned, then go forward. Don't live in the past, because it will prevent you from being progressive, from doing the things that you need to do.
Well, hello there, and welcome to the Direct Selling Accelerator podcast. I'm your host, Sam Hind, and I am so honored and privileged that you've decided to join me today for this amazing interview. In this interview, I got the opportunity to bring back two very inspirational women who, since their original interviews with me, have teamed up to become a dynamic duo that are all about taking this incredible industry to new heights. These beautiful women, the amazing Mary Young, founder of Young Living Essential Oils, alongside of Gaya Samarasingha, who was instrumental in the running of establishing and launching Wyld Notes, a brand new direct selling company that's all about bringing new and fresh vibes, fresh fragrance, and fresh opportunity to an industry that is so close and dear to all of our hearts. These two women love the direct selling industry and love what it does. They love how it changes lives, but they wanted to be able to adapt into times that are changing. We're hearing so many really difficult stories around companies not doing well in these new times. Affiliate marketing has become a really big, very real part of this industry, and it brings a lot of questions to the table, like, what is the future of this industry? Well, these two amazing women decided to team up and do something about that. And so I'm not going to say too much more. I know you're going to be both inspired and you're going to fall in love with them because they're just so much fun. But enjoy this episode. Listen on in to the exciting new journey and adventure these two have been on. And if you want to know how long does it take to start something new, I know you'll be inspired by this, because these two go-getters came up with an idea and had it launched and running in less than 6 months. So listen on in. Enjoy the episode. I know you will. Grab that pen and paper, because lots of golden nuggets get dropped along the way. And thanks again for tuning in. Well, hello and welcome back, and welcome to these beautiful, familiar faces. Hi, Mary and Gaya. So great to have you both here today.
Well, thank you. It's great to be with you.
So good to be here.
Well, I'm really excited about this conversation and this exciting journey that you've both been on. But before we get to all of that, you have both together had to work very closely together, as we're going to chat about. And so as two people would when they start working closely together, I'm really curious and want to ask each of you this question. What's something that you've learned about the other person that you didn't know before starting Wyld Notes?
I would say what I learned, or what I enjoyed the most, is that we love working together. We are so in sync with our ideas, and I love the very most, or I could say that Gaia absolutely vindicated herself in being exactly who I always thought she was. And it was wonderful. It's been fun.
It has been. And for me, I think one of the best part of this is being in the industry for so long, and I've worked with so many different founders, executives, especially when it's a company that's been around for a long time. We're usually stuck in the past, stuck in our old ways. It's really hard to change. And when I came into this, I mean, Young Living has been around for 30 plus years now. So that was one of the things that I was thinking, like, will we really be able to do the things that we want to do or need to do to make this work? And I was so excited and pleasantly surprised how future forward Mary was. And like, she was so innovative in the way that she thought about where this business needs to go, but still honor the direct selling network marketing industry. And so it made it really fun and exciting to kind of create this new path for our industry to move forward and work with us. So yeah, so that was probably my highlight.
Well, I could have an idea, but then Gaia would define it. That was really fun.
I do. I can see this would be quite the conversation around the table. So I did really enjoy some of those early videos that came through as well as you guys were going through that discovery process. And I felt like I got to be a bit of a fly on the wall with that whole thing. So it was a lot of fun to watch the two of you, but also I think everybody around you and the impact that little collaboration, that little team that you've created. It built you've got the culture of Young Living, but then it's almost like you've created this subculture, which is really kind of beautiful and fresh and new as well. So as we talk about that, I think, a lot of our listeners right now may not know what Wyld Notes is. So just before we sort of go into the story of Wyld Notes, could one of you describe or explain a little bit about what Wyld Notes is to our listeners? Because they've heard you mention Young Living and they've heard us say the word Wyld Notes. They're probably wondering, are they the same thing? What are they? So maybe if one of you wants to take the floor and explain a little bit about what Wyld Notes is.
Well, I want to say this. We are an essential oil company. That means we deal with pure oils. Well, the whole fragrance industry is created through the venue of essential oils. That's what they are. Whether they're adulterated, whether they're copied, whether they're an extract, whatever it is, they come from essential oils. So we're sitting in this meeting and the numbers are being put up on the screen about the perfume industry. And I'm sitting there looking at that and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, we're an essential oil company and we don't have a fragrance. So we got really excited. We have to have a fragrance. And we're sitting there talking, well, we have to have someone who loves Young Living, someone who understands the products, someone who loves the industry, someone who knows how to do all of this. And there's just two of us. And we look at each other and we both went, Gaia. And that's how it all came to be. So that's what brought us together. And it's been really exciting. So Gaia, why don't you finish the rest of the answer?
So Wyld Notes is a fine fragrance brand that's the products are made 100% with natural essential oils, extracts, and plant-based ingredients, so 100% natural, fine fragrance line. But the beauty of it is it is set up as a sister company to Young Living. We've created this hybrid model where we carry a affiliate program within Wyld Notes, but it is designed in a way to enhance and support the Young Living's network marketing model as well. So our brand partners has a new, fresh opportunity to go and share a product that they didn't have before, but also benefit not only on the affiliate side, but also on the network marketing side.
I love that. So essentially, while a lot of companies are saying, okay, we want to pivot what we're doing, we need to move to this whole affiliate model, they're changing their models. And there's a lot of unrest, I think, in the industry because of this concept that companies feel they need to completely change what they're doing. You guys have gone, we're not going to change what we're doing. We're going to add to what we're doing and we're going to give a new opportunity so that we're honoring those already on the path and already on the journey, but we're allowing people to have a new way of doing things. And you created an incredible new product all at the same time.
Yeah. That's absolutely right. She said it well, didn't she?
She did. And that's right. But I mean, we look at a lot of people in the industry looking at affiliate as a whole different new thing, a different thing, kind of foreign thing, but it is not. At the end of the day, affiliate is you sharing a product and earning a commission for the sales that you generate. Isn't that what we're all doing? I mean, if you look at Young Living, 99.9% of our brand partners will say they fell in love with the product. Then they started sharing with their friends and family. That's when they started realizing there's an opportunity to build a team and earn a network marketing type of income. So they're already doing that. And Young Living is one of the companies that already had an affiliate commission structure built into it. That was their fast start. So we didn't reinvent anything. We took our amazing fast start program. We repackaged it differently, but
Yeah.
we added on a brand new product, new technology platform, backed it up with e-commerce and digital marketing and everything that what we need to compete in today's marketplace, and offered it to our brand partners as a whole new opportunity. So it really is, yes, it's a new opportunity. There's a whole new demographic that we could go after with a $50 billion industry that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
untapped. But at the same time, we didn't change our comp plan. We didn't change anything. It was already existing
Yeah.
compensation structure that we used. So yeah, a lot of people think that we need to choose one or the other, but I'm of the opinion we don't, because
No.
we are affiliate marketers first. Honestly, most of our people make money just by selling a product, not by building a team. So let's just create space for them to thrive and give them the tools that they need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we found that there were mixed emotions. We
Yeah.
did meet with opposition. Why are you doing that? We're not an affiliate company. We're a networking company, and this isn't going to work. And how can you do this? And, it was so clear to us how it was going to work. It was just perfect. And I think there was a lot of surprise when people started selling Wyld Notes, and that volume and commission ended up on the network side, and those who were against it were benefiting. So they started to open their eyes and say, oh my goodness, I didn't realize this was going to happen. And it's been a complete turnaround. I mean,
Yeah.
people are different. Some love the team building, some don't. Some want to just sell and run, next. Others want to stay connected. With what we have, they can do anything they want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
good.
totally up to them what they do.
Yeah. And so the pushback initially, do you think that your response to that is pivotal in the way that then gets received? I mean, people struggle a lot with change, right? So whenever you change something, especially people that have been around for a long time, and you've certainly got a field of people who many of which have been around for many, many years, and suddenly you add this exciting new thing in, it can feel a little bit scary because it's the unknown. But one of the really interesting observations I made was that you were both rock solid. You didn't waver when someone came in and went, I don't like this. This is scary. You both went, it's okay. This is what we're doing. This is why we're doing it. And neither of you budged or moved or
Oh,
shook. You just went, this is how it is. Do you think that that made a big difference to the way that people almost wanted to see that? Do you think that absolute conviction that this is the right thing to do from you?
I think people gain a lot of confidence when they can see that those who are responsible are very certain of the
Yeah.
direction they're going.
Yeah.
I mean, I never thought anything about changing once we made the decision how we were going to do it.
Yeah.
And Gaia did a brilliant job of figuring out how all the commission structure was going to work. And it is working beautifully. And I think people are finding a lot of excitement with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. It's just having that certainty. People want to see that.
Mm.
If not, that how do they trust? If they
Yeah.
feel like we're not sure where we're going, they don't want to be on the same bus with us, right? So it's
Yeah.
just they want to see that, but you also have to have empathy to have those conversations. So I've spent hours and hours and hours with leaders. Some were some were not happy at the beginning, but it's just really helping them understand the
Yeah.
vision, the bigger picture, where we're going. But also from day one, we are committed to the industry. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't a cover up. It was we already knew where we stand when it comes to
Mhm.
direct sales. So it is a matter of for them to hear it from us and see where our heart is.
Yeah.
And innovation isn't about really going away from who we are or replacing the legacy. It is about how do we create space for the future while
Yeah.
protecting our legacy. So when they understood that, a lot of people came on board. And when we proved that with action too, to Mary's point earlier,
Yeah.
they're not just getting a Wyld Notes affiliate commission on the Wyld Notes side, but they're also getting volume on the Young Living side if they are a Young Living brand partner, if they're part of both companies.
Yeah.
So our legacy leaders didn't have anything to lose, only
To gain.
Yeah. Even if they didn't sell a bottle of Wyld Notes, they were still gaining volume for rank advancements and
Yeah.
commissions on the Young Living side. So
Yeah.
we proved that we are thinking about them. We are committed
Yeah.
to the industry.
So
Not everyone.
essentially,
I was just
sorry,
going to
Mary.
say, not everyone wants to come in and build a networking team.
Yeah.
So with what we created, people can come and be a part of Young Living and sell Wyld Notes and enjoy all the benefits of being with people they love and having fun, but not having to build a team and do all that's necessary to keep that team happy.
Yeah.
It's been a
And so
win-win for
essentially,
everyone.
you've created two separate companies that are connected so they can be with both, be with one, be with the other. But there's that flow through. So if they choose to be with Wyld Notes and they have a Young Living business, they're getting the benefit over on the Young Living side as well as getting the commission on the Wyld Notes side. It's a really clever concept. And what about from because I know, Guy, you were really thorough in your communication. What did you find was the best strategy to communicate and clarify this whole process to people? So, because I'm sure there were a lot of questions when this all came about. What did you do to make sure that people knew what to do next and how it was all going to happen?
Oh, you were so clever. You were so great.
A lot of repetition.
Yeah.
Truly it is. It's like when it's a big change. It was a big bold step, so it was a lot to digest. And we're still 3 months, 4 months after the launch. We're still making sure people are understanding how it's working. I'm still getting questions. We are repeating ourselves over and over again with training to, because there's the early adopters that who
Yeah.
jumped on board as soon as we announced.
Yeah.
They were excited, they plugged into the trainings, but then there are a lot of people who waited, right? I mean, that happens every single time when you do something. They waited, and now they're seeing the momentum. They're seeing other people benefiting and growing their business with it. Now there's the second wave of people coming in,
Yeah.
but now we are going back again and retraining them. I mean, it really is repetition. And sometimes I feel like, haven't I said this 10 times? And I feel like it's redundant, but it is not. You have to keep going back, keep
Yeah.
learning, and keep simplifying. I mean, that's the other thing. Keeping it super simple as much as we can. And we're dissecting every little piece right now. We're going through that process, that second wave, taking all of that big information, a lot of information that we shared, and now sharing it little bite-sized pieces for that second wave of people coming in. So
Yeah.
it really is a lot of communication and over communicating.
Well, you didn't mention that you created a Facebook group,
Yeah.
and anyone who was interested, who wanted to know more, could join.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she was doing trainings constantly.
Yeah. I heard you got a really great trainer involved for that too, right?
We did.
Yeah.
I'm very curious as to how this has been received outside of Young Living. I mean, one of the biggest things for you was you wanted to be able to create a place for people who didn't necessarily want to build a business with a team, but they wanted to be able to earn some income with a product that was natural and fresh and something that they really loved.
Mhm.
And we want to talk about the product in a minute, but have you found that you have actually, through Wyld Notes, attracted people who weren't with Young Living already as well? Have you got a new audience of people that have started
Been
putting on board?
amazing.
Yeah. So far, about 13%, 13 to 14% of the
Wow.
people
Okay.
who are buying are brand new people to
That's
Young
great.
Living who's never done
I love it.
business.
Yeah.
About 5 to 6% of the people are reactivations, meaning that who have left. Um, Young Living haven't engaged in over a year are re-engaging. So
Yep.
our early numbers are really, really healthy and exactly what we wanted to see. But on an affiliate side, we are also, I mean, just last week alone, I enrolled three big influencers that who have been in the circle of influence of Young Living brand partners, but have never been interested in being part of an MLM. But they wanted to share Wyld Notes, so we just enrolled them and got them engaged. So there's just a lot of that happening
Yep.
on a weekly basis, bringing in new people who are out there doing really well when it comes to sharing the brands that they love, products that they use, but they're not ready to just commit to one brand and build a team and take on all that responsibility that goes along with it. It just
Yeah.
works for them and they just want to keep doing that. And so we already seeing really good early indications. It's
Yep.
driving the right behavior and we are attracting new people.
Yep. I love that so much, and I love the diversity of it. But Mary, you've built an incredible business, a legacy business. What made this the right time to start this new project and to move into this space? This space being affiliate marketing predominantly, but also, what I know that you were sitting there going, perfume, this is brilliant. And so, that's the product side. But how did you know it was the right time to make that change, that shift for Young Living?
Well, if you look at the industry, it has changed so much. And it was really sad to watch other companies just close their doors on their members, their distributors. And I was never going to do that. But I thought, what can we do to entice people who want just to make the quick little bit of money and go on to the next person? And I've watched the affiliate business. My son was very clever. He had all of these little businesses that he was doing when he was a teenager, and I could never figure out how he was making all this money. A couple $1,000s here and there, and that's a lot of money for a teenager. And I discovered that he was looking for just products that he could buy wholesale and sell retail, but he was looking for what the market would be interested in. Well, everyone loves fragrance. But I don't know if you're like me when you walk through a major department store. I have to hold my breath when I walk through the perfume department because the chemicals are really irritating to me. So here we are, an essential oil company. We have the opportunity to provide pure oils that are completely unadulterated, are non toxic, that are healthy for your body. It seemed only natural to create a fragrance as what we were going to use as our affiliate program. And everybody could benefit. Our network marketers can benefit, but they could bring their teenage children into it. And we have so many young people who are having just an absolute blast with this. And then people elsewhere who are just looking for a way to make a little bit of extra money without, as you say, building a team. So it absolutely was the perfect timing. It couldn't have been more perfect, in my opinion.
Yeah. And so let's talk about that product for a second, because you've mentioned that it's a natural fragrance. I myself learned a lot through watching this process and learning a bit about the product, in that I didn't realize, first of all, how many people can't use perfume anymore because of the chemicals, etc. I also didn't know how little was available out there in the marketplace that was safe to use. And I think you guys have done something really interesting. You've by default created an education for people, because I think a lot of people that will look at the marketing that you're doing will go, fragrance can do these things to me, like this it can have this impact. I didn't know that. So one of the things that I know, Gaia, were up against, not only did you have to, create the marketing plan and communicate this message, but you also were really passionately creating something that people would love. What did that look like? How did you go about creating a fragrance that was something that people would want to buy, but also, you weren't having to, I guess, undercut that most important part, which was we want this to be good for people.
Yeah, it was a process.
It took a lot of talking, a lot of interaction back and forth. We asked a lot of people, but one thing about the perfume industry, the reason that they have to use chemicals or the same constituents, the chemical compounds, is because they always want it to be exactly the same fragrance. They don't want any variation whatsoever. In nature, you will always have a variation, always. And I actually looked at that and thought, this is fun because we can say, maybe the first bottle you smell is this way, and the next one, maybe it's slightly different. Maybe you don't even notice a difference. But the time of the harvest, the amount of rain, the sun, all those things factor in to what you get when you extract the essential oil out of the plant. So I think that's fun. I like that variance, and I think it fits in so well into the idea of it being from Mother Nature, of it being natural, unadulterated.
Yep.
So all we had to do was figure out which were the oils that we wanted to use, and we wanted to use the oils from our farms as much as we could, because then we absolutely can talk about our farms being a part of Wyld Notes, and that made it more fun for us. And little by little, it all came together.
It did, yeah. I mean, when we first started this process, one of the first things that I did was really looking for a good fragrance house that we could partner with. And we had conversations with probably about 10 different fragrance houses.
It was hard.
It was hard because we had a lot of rules and limitations on what we can and can't do. And a lot of them are very used to synthetic ingredients and formulating with synthetic ingredients because of the variants that Mary shared, right? And it's hard to keep the consistency, and it's also expensive. Natural ingredients, oils, are expensive to formulate with. So so it was hard. And after conversation after conversation, I came across this one company that's been around for 150 years. Was started in France, but has a global presence now, and family-owned business, just like Young Living. And there were a lot of core principles that was so similar to Young Living. And when I talked to them, they were pretty transparent and said, you are the only company that has come to us and said we need 100% natural fragrance. So it's not something we've done before, but we could tell that it's going to redefine the fragrance industry, and we are up for a challenge, and we want to be part of something different and big. So
they were pretty enthusiastic about it.
They were pretty transparent about that. They haven't, the fact that they haven't done it before, but they were also up for the challenge. And instead of telling me it can be done, they were excited for the partnership with Young Living, but also to figure it out, because they knew that that meant we will actually create a new category in the fragrance space. So, so that was the first step, finding the right partner. That's the most critical thing, I think. And then from there, it was about sending out oils, figuring out which oils we want to use and which fragrance profiles that we want to create for the first few that we wanted to launch with. And then from there, it was a lot of testing and adjusting and balancing, and it was a fun process from there on. So
we had so many samples. Oh my goodness. And I have to say, it was difficult to choose.
They
were all wonderful.
Yeah.
And so then you narrowed it down to 5 in the end, right?
Yep, we did and narrowed down to 5. And another thing was finding the right alcohol to use. And that was something that I didn't even know about in usually, I mean, 99.9% of the fragrances out there use denatured alcohol. What that means is you add a chemical to make it undrinkable,
Yeah.
so that that you pay less in taxes to the government, and it's widely available to be used in cosmetic products like fragrances. But that the chemical that you add, one, it's synthetic, two, it's a hormone disruptor. We didn't want to use it, so that meant we had to find a manufacturer that was willing to formulate and also had the right licenses to formulate with non-denatured alcohol. In the United States, that means it's alcohol beverage license, but they have to be a cosmetic manufacturer. Those two things don't usually come together. So it was
Wow.
really hard. I probably called about 70 different manufacturers to find one that had the license and was a cosmetic manufacturer.
And we found one close to home.
I know, it was in our backyard. We didn't know, but who knew? But it was a
Meant to
process.
be.
Yeah,
That was wonderful.
that also goes to show how rare the quality that we bring to the table in the fine fragrance industry. Because if it was widely used, there'll be so many manufacturers who has the license, who has the ability to formulate with non-denatured alcohol, but it's not. I mean, out of the whole, 70 companies I called, just one had the license, and that shows the quality that we have and how rare the type of product that we have created.
Right.
So,
well, most companies are not willing to pay the higher price for the
No.
better ingredient.
yeah.
Yeah. And the interesting thing is, as you went through this process, this sounds like this is something that took years. But when was this decision made, and when did you launch this product?
Decision was August, beginning of August was my first probably board meeting where I presented the plan. We launched in March.
In March. It was so fast. It was just absolutely amazing. Gaya just moved like lightning, and it was really exciting to see it come together.
But that's also, one, I had the backing of Mary and the executives, but also the reason why we set it up as a separate company,
Right.
because we wanted to go back to a startup mode. And that's another thing a lot of legacy companies struggle with in our industry, because every change takes a very long time, a lot of resources, because the size of the company, we forget our beginnings and the kind of the startup phase, right? I mean, every single company in this industry has really cool startup stories, how everything got started in their back, basement, or have very little, small, very nimble. But we forget that when we get bigger, all the processes we have to go through, the lengthy timelines that we have. So we wanted to cut all of that and say, let's set this up separate so we could go back to that startup mode. Back in the day, how Gary and Mary started Young Living, right? And just bring on that spirit in. Doesn't have to be perfect, because this is a test. We wanted to learn more than anything else, but we wanted to invest a little money, we didn't want it to break the bank, right? But just get it out there and do it and see what we can learn from it. Because we knew we're not going to get it perfect on the first go. We're going to learn, because we're the first company to do this. Nobody has done what we have done. A lot of companies have tried affiliate programs, but they all fail because they're completely separate. They're not merged together. They're not synced together. So we knew we are essentially creating a new playbook, and we don't have anything to go off of. So we wanted to get to the market, test it, and learn. So that's kind of what we're doing. And I think we're off to a great start. We're learning a lot, adjusting and recalibrating on a weekly basis right now. So
Yeah. And what, I guess one of the things that you mentioned, of course, is that, we create all of this red tape within our own companies, don't we? And that becomes then a challenge, because we've got to be able to figure out how do we go back to basics? How do we simplify? And I think you hit the nail on the head that sometimes simplification is the easiest way. Just, starting from scratch and remembering where it all came from and how it all got formulated at the very beginning. But was there ever a time that you hit a roadblock and went, maybe this isn't going to work? Maybe no?
I don't think so.
I think only time I came to Mary and said that I'm not sure if I can do this was when I couldn't find a manufacturer.
Yeah.
For
I sense that
alcohol.
might have
Yeah, the alcohol was.
Yeah.
No, I think you knew you'd find one.
Yeah,
you
but she
just-
looked at me and I said, Mary, maybe we're trying to do something that we can. She held my hand and looked at me and she said, I know you will go and figure it out. And I'm like, in my head, that's not helping. But I did. The next day I found the one that I did. So I guess it worked.
Yeah.
She gave me a pep talk and sent me on my way.
I love that so
knew
much.
I could do it, so I was never going to let her backpedal.
Do you think, and this is a very challenging question, but, in all honesty, is there anything that you would do if you're going back to the start of that process again? Is there anything that you would do a little differently if you got to have a go over?
No, it's
I don't
probably
think so.
too early to say
say.
that. No, but little tweaks we're already making with like even the way we marketing. I mean, little things like our discovery set. It comes with a $20 coupon code, and it goes out in as an email right now and a text message. But we're realizing a lot of people are not paying attention to their email inbox all the time, and some people are not subscribing to emails.
Yep.
So in the next round, we are making small adjustments where the coupon code actually will go inside the box. So
Yeah,
we're learning, we are adapting, right?
Yep.
And so there's little things like that, but I can't
Nothing
tell you
major.
nothing major
No.
right as of yet,
I
but
don't
I'm
think so.
sure 12 months down the road, I might have things.
I've
We
got to
always
say,
learn.
the two of you, in all honesty, are the sweetest, most beautiful, but also most powerful little duet. I love watching the two of you together.
Well, we have become great friends through this.
I can see that, and I think that makes such a big difference to the success of
does.
anything. Yeah. I'm going to ask you guys probably the hardest question, though, that of this whole conversation. But what's your favorite Wyld Notes fragrance?
That is a hard question. Well, I can tell you right now, mine is Rugged Wilderness. I like them all, and I use them all on different days, but I just love that Rugged Wilderness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's been your favorite from the
It
beginning.
has from the very
Right,
beginning.
Yeah.
that hasn't changed. That's been right from.
I
Is that
don't
the
think
one?
so. No,
No.
from the beginning.
Is that the one you sprayed in your hair in that beautiful little video
Yes.
that we had? Yeah.
For me, I think I use the most smoky amber, but I always layer it with different ones. But
So
now
this
we
is-
have some new ones coming, and it's going to be really good.
This is my next question is, what's next?
Yeah. I
Oh,
mean, we have
you,
some fun plans.
you can't believe how beautiful they are.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we have some new fragrances launching later this year, but from there on, we have a lot of other things that we are talking, some crazy ideas.
fun ideas.
But I mean, yeah, as a brand, we want to evolve and continue to build on what we launched. And it's
Yep.
just not, 5 products and be done. But I think definitely Wild Notes on its own has the potential to be a billion-dollar brand in itself
I think
because
so.
we're tapping into a huge industry. We are also creating a really unique product, so it's a matter of education and really reaching that end consumer in multiple different ways. So
Yeah.
but yeah.
I love that. So, I mean, we've talked about the fragrance side of things, and of course, the young living side, and the fact that this has been an opportunity to evolve the company and the opportunity for people. But what kind of impact are you hoping that this brand makes globally? And I don't just mean from a fragrance and product perspective, but in the lives of the people that become connected to Wyld Notes.
Well, one of our goals is to provide products that are natural, that are toxic free, that you can use in your home, that you can enjoy. Not only do the oils have their various and sundry benefits, but just living in an environment that's toxic free is wonderful, where your kids are crawling around on the floor and you're washing clothes or you're doing dishes and have all of those substances that are non-toxic. I would like to think that having a natural fragrance that you can wear daily is certainly going to be uplifting and beneficial in its own merit with the value of the oils, but it's something that everyone enjoys. People love perfume. Men love cologne, but so many can't because they're allergic to the chemicals. I mean, it's become an epidemic in our society. So we're feeling a need. And when it catches on, people are going to be so excited because now they can enjoy fragrance. And a lot of people think, I know you told me that you've had people think that they were just going to get another essential oil. But when you open it up and you spray that fragrance, it is not like the essential oil. It is like a real perfume because it is. It's just non toxic. It's healthy to your environment, it's healthy to your body, it's healthy to everything. So you can enjoy it, use it as much as you want. Your kids can play with it. You know, your little 3-year-old, your little 5-year-old, your little 10-year-old can enjoy the fragrance, and you don't have to worry about them coughing or sneezing or becoming, I don't know, stuffed up.
Yeah, messing with their hormones and
You don't have to worry about any of those things when you're not giving them chemicals to breathe. So my great desire is to see people have the opportunity of having a fragrance that they love, that they can enjoy, that's healthy and non-toxic.
Yeah. And for me, I think it's the first step towards a cleaner, healthier lifestyle. So to me,
Absolutely.
that new people, especially those new people that we're bringing into our community through Wyld Notes, because it's an easy transition. We're not asking them to alter their lifestyle. We're just giving them a safer, healthier alternative to the product that they already like
Right.
in use. So that's a good introduction to me. That's a good intro product. And my hope is when they come into our community, now they have the opportunity to educate themselves, learn so much more about clean living, in ingredients, and that open up the door for them to have a more healthier lifestyle. And I think that was the goal for Gary and Mary when they started Young Living. And
Yeah, absolutely.
and for me, that's one of the things I'm excited about. And I know, like, I've been in the Young Living ecosystem for now 11 plus years, and so it's a journey. It's not an overnight. Like, all the things that you learn, all the things that you clean out in your household, in your daily lives, it's a journey. It's not an overnight change, right? Because it's hard. In You learn so much when you're within that community, and the more you learn, more education you have, now you do better because you know better.
Yeah.
So to me, I think that's exciting because we're helping people make better choices for themselves and their families.
Yeah, so good. And I was super excited when you rang me and told me about this exciting new adventure, Gaia, because I think I told you when I was a little girl, I used to collect all of the miniature perfumes. All my friends were collecting stamps and,
Yeah.
toy figurines, and I was collecting miniature bottles of perfume, and I loved perfume. But when I met my husband, Greg, he said to me, look, I love you, but if we're going to be together, you need to stop wearing perfume because it just irritates me so much. I was like, wow, this could actually be a deal breaker. So I stopped using perfume and I have missed it. I've actually been a little bit like, I bring it up every now and again, like, I gave up perfume for you, like it's a big deal. And when you told me about this, I got so excited because I was like, I can wear perfume again. This is a really big deal. And on top of that, I used to feel a little bit uncomfortable. Like you were saying, Mary, spraying perfume on myself than holding my kids. But as you know, I've got a little baby again now. And so it's that excitement of
I can see it.
learning and
Oh, yeah.
understanding, but
Well,
being able to use things around your kids and not feel bad about doing it. And I love that you've brought a product in that is actually quite rare. There's not a lot out there that compares to Wyld Notes.
so what's your husband's response now?
Well, I think what's really interesting is I'm now in the process of trying to convince him, because I know that Gaya's amazing husband wears the fragrance because it's unisex. So now I'm trying to convince him to start you, because I also like a guy that wears some nice fragrance, right? So it's gone from I can wear fragrance to I'm going to teach you to wear fragrance. So we're going to work on this.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And I mean, I have an 11-year-old daughter, and it's just like they're at that age, right? They want to follow the trend, use
Yeah.
use the
Yeah.
fragrance, the makeup. It's hard to say no to everything. Like
Mm.
it really is practically hard to say no to everything that they want to buy. So to be able to just offer something and buy her a bottle without having to worry about what does this do
What's
for
the
her
impact? Yeah.
health,
Mhm.
um, it's a relief. It really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And all of her little friends wants to know,
Yeah.
buy and even sell them
Yeah.
now.
She's become a little influencer. I love it.
It's so much fun to see the children respond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those teenage girls, they just go nuts with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so good. And it looks beautiful. I mean, the bottles,
Oh, yeah.
they look beautiful as well. And so just coming back to the business side for a little moment, I'm about to go into my favorite questions of every podcast interview. And I know we've asked you guys these questions before, but we're going to ask them again because we always get a little different answer each time. So, but I do want to know if you could each say one thing to somebody who's stepping into this industry, whether it's with Wyld Notes, whether it's just in the direct selling industry in general, because we've got listeners from all over the globe on this podcast, all different companies. So if there's someone who's stepping in and they're wanting to grow a business in this space, what's one little piece of encouragement or advice that each of you would offer them?
I would tell them that this is a fabulous opportunity because it's a product that everybody wants. It's a product that will do nothing but good for their bodies, and it will help them live in a clean environment.
Mm-hmm.
And the products sell themselves. You don't have to go out and sell. All you have to do is say, hey, take this, spray a little bit on, see what you think. And everybody goes, oh, that's so beautiful. I want this.
Yeah.
It's just so easy.
I love it. And if you were to give them a piece of business building advice, Mary, something from your experience to help them grow a business wherever they're at, what would you say to them?
I always used to say, don't be desperate. You know, they don't have to do what you do. They don't have to have a product that you have, but be an example of the product. And with this kind of a product, you can take it out and spray, and you're going to have a half a dozen people say, wow, what's that? And it's perfect. But never be desperate. Always be wanting to share what you love and then let them experience it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it
Awesome.
grows from there.
I love it. And Gaya?
I think we live in a kind of a time frame in an era that where there's just if you want to learn something, there's so many resources and tools like AI to online trainings. Like you can learn anything you want. And but one of the biggest challenges, especially in this industry that I find is starting a business is easy because all you it takes is few $100 for the most part. It's not
Right.
a big investment. So you don't have a lot of skin in the game. So you give up so easy. People give up so easy because you haven't invested hundreds of thousands of dollars. You didn't take a second mortgage on your house to start a UMLM business. So it's easy for me people to say like, oh, this is not working after the third day, right? They post 3 times and they say like, oh, nobody bought something, right? So to me that would be my advice. Give it enough runway for it to give you a return. This is a real business, even though you only spend few $100s to get started, no matter what company it is. It's a real business. It takes real effort and it takes time. But you also live in an era that you can go learn anything you want. In there's so many tools out there. So you have to want it, but just give it the time.
Yep. Yeah. So good. And you remind me of the concept we talk about, the animals in the forest analogy, that reminder that just because they're not interacting doesn't mean they're not watching, right?
Oh, yeah.
I got to love that whole idea that I've posted once and it's Facebook and everyone should have seen it and no one bought, so it didn't work. But it's just not how it works, is it? So 4 fun questions for you guys, quick fire questions, my favorite of any interview. First one is this: what is your favorite book to add to our accelerator book list?
You might laugh, but my husband wrote a book called The One Gift, and it's all about the frankincense. Yo, you have it!
Yes, you
Oh
took
my
it
God,
home
oh my
last time.
goodness.
Do you know how hard that was to get? That it
you
was
get
the
it?
last one in print, and it took about 3 months to arrive. Yeah,
Oh my! Have you read it yet?
I only just got it. So
Oh,
I'm
it is
excited to read it.
it is a fascinating read. Fascinating. That's one of my favorite books.
I love it. Well, I'm glad I've got the right one here then,
Oh
so
my!
I'm ready to roll with that.
I'm excited for you.
For me, I have been listening to the Lean Startup by Eric Ries for the second time, and I think it's so timely with kind of getting a startup up and running. I think that's kind of the mindset that we need in this industry, whether you are in the corporate side or even the field side, especially if you have built a large business and you're feeling like things are kind of plateauing and not moving, going back to that startup stage in kind of reignite yourself and think you look at your business a little differently.
Yeah.
Instead of thinking, oh, I've done all of this, how do you go back to the roots? I think that's timely. So yeah,
Awesome.
my latest read.
And if you could have a superpower, any superpower, what would it be and why? We'll go back to you, Mary.
Not have to sleep.
Oh, so funny. I've never had that one, and that's the second time this week that's come up.
Oh, really?
My life is so busy, and I have so much I have to do, and I have to force myself to say, "Stop, Mary. Go to bed. Go to bed."
I think I changed it. I decided that it should actually be that I can sleep when I can sleep, but when I can't, I can just be on. Or if
Yeah.
I have to get up, like if I've got to be up at 3 a.m., I can just be up and going. And there's none of this, I'm tired and bags
Feel
under my eyes.
exactly the same way.
Right. So we're on the same page. We just created a new
It
superpower together.
really messes your body up.
I love it. I love it. Gaya?
For me, I think it's help people to find their motivation. I feel like
That's nice.
motivation is not something anybody else can give you.
Yep.
It has to come within yourself. You have to want it. But if you find the motivation to do it, I think the rest becomes easier because you want it.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So essentially, you want to help people find their mojo.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. It's great. And your favorite quote, Gaya?
Mine is have thick skin and short memory. Somebody told me a while ago,
Yep.
if you want to survive in this industry, you have to have thick skin and short memory. But I think it's true for life in general.
Yes.
We get
it is.
hung up on
Yeah.
so many little things, waste so much energy
Yep.
and time when you can just shake it off and move on.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I remind myself that on a daily basis. So
Yep. I hear you. And Mary, your favorite quote?
My husband probably said this to me 2 or 3 times a week. It's never eaten as hot as it's cooked, which means don't jump to conclusions, be calm, let things calm down, go back and look at it after a day or so. Don't make fast decisions, and don't make decisions when your emotions are high. And that has served me well.
Yeah, I was going to say that's great advice for a woman, a mum, entrepreneur. Yep, I hear you. And last question, but by far probably the most important, is if you could go back in time and you could say one thing to your past self, what would that be?
Mary, let things happen naturally. Don't be so impatient that you think it has to happen tomorrow. Do your very best. Never look back. Always go forward with that which you've learned from what you've experienced in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and allow things to happen in their own time.
Yep. You've got a lot of beliefs around looking back. I know that you've got some
Oh, yes.
exciting thoughts around this. Do you want to share a little bit about your feelings of moving forward? You talk about not honoring the past, but not dwelling in the past, right?
No. I've I've always said, and I tell this to my boys, I say this to everyone, learn what you can from the past. The only value the past has is what you can learn from it. And when there's nothing more to be learned, then go forward. Don't live in the past, because it will prevent you from being progressive, from doing the things that you need to do. I've taught that to my boys. The future for me is seeing growth, seeing excitement, seeing people discover the world of essential oils, the real world of essential oils that are unadulterated, that are non toxic, that are invigorating and healthy to the body. That's my greatest joy. And I have two young sons. Well, I always look at them as teenagers, but neither of them are teenagers anymore. And they walk in their father's footsteps. They have a love of this business. They have a love of our members. They're good, honest, straightforward, kind, caring, giving young men, just like their dad. And so I see a great future for them as they eventually take their place in leading young living. That's my future.
Wow, I love that. So exciting and so great to hear. And Gaia, if you could go back in time and say one thing to your past self, what would that be?
I would say stay focused on where you want to go, but trust the process.
Mm,
Yeah, because
nice.
sometimes we don't kind of get to do or get to start exactly where we want to. And when I look back at my career, that's how I feel. And but I ended up where I wanted to be, or even better place than I wanted to be. So but all of that, when I look back, all of those experiences contributed to it, even though I didn't like the work I did or the jobs I really had, like not necessarily exactly what I wanted to do, but they all contributed to where I ended up. And so it's just trusting that process. It's going to take you where you need to go, as long as you have your focus there.
I think
Yeah.
if people can learn to see in their minds, to focus on that which they wish to happen, they can actually bring that to fruition. If they
Mm,
live with the thought, I can't do it, this will never happen, that's a self fulfilling prophecy.
yeah.
So
Yep.
believe in yourself, believe you can do it, and believe it will happen, and allow that energy to come back to you.
Yeah. Amazing. So good. And if anyone listening to this episode wants to know more about Wyld Notes, how they can find out more, buy it, get involved, what can they do?
Check out the website, wyldnotes.com. It's WYLD notes, NOTES.com. And if they want to try out the products, they can also get 15% off discount on their first order with Oxano15 is the coupon code to use.
Amazing. So, because you guys have got a beautiful little discovery set as well, don't you? So, if
Uh-huh.
they want to try out those first 5 fragrances and they
Yeah.
don't know, and by the way, Mary, my favorite is Rugged Wilderness as well. So, I'm in that same camp. But if they want to try them, there's a beautiful little set that they can buy. They can get that off your website and test that out, right?
Yeah, they can or use the coupon code to get the discovery set, and the discovery set comes with a USD $20 coupon code, or if they're in Canada, $30 Canadian $30 off coupon code towards their full size bottle as well, so they can test all 5. Try them and see which one they like, and then when they commit to the full size bottle, they can get that discount as well. And I also want to mention that we ship within the US and Canada. So
I was about to say there's some sad news for my Australian friends, though. They can't get hold of the product just yet.
Not yet. Hopefully soon.
I'm working on Gaya. We'll make it happen. I've already had a number of people tell me that I need to load the suitcase up and bring it back, but I don't know that will work.
We can make that happen.
Oh, we can figure out a way, can't we?
So we'll put all of those links in the show notes as well, along with the little coupon code Oksano15. So if you want to give them a try, and just remember, this is an incredible industry. There are so many different ways we can support each other, no matter what company we're with. But I just want to thank you both so much for being here and for sharing this exciting new journey with us. And I can't wait to see what's next for Wyld Notes and Young Living. I think there's a lot happening here, and what an exciting journey you're both on. And what a fun little duo you guys are. I love it.
Hey, if you're working that hard, you got to have fun, right?
Yeah, if you can't laugh and enjoy it, why do it?
Yes. And I also want to say thank you, Sam, not just for having us here, but also you were a huge part of launching Wyld Notes. And I mean, you did our 10 day challenge, but also did an amazing job with all the training that you provided for our community to kind of give us that lift that we needed initially. So huge thank you for doing
wonderful.
that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was such an honor and a privilege to be a part of it. I thank you for taking me on the journey. I learned a lot along the way, and it was a lot of fun to be a part of something so exciting and new. So thank you both. And thanks, of course, to our beautiful listeners again for tuning in this week. We really appreciate you as well. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and share this episode with a friend that needs to hear a message that touched your heart and was important to you today. And watch this space. Exciting things happening for Wyld Notes. I can't wait to see what's next, guys.
Bye for now. We're excited.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you for joining us in this episode of the Direct Selling Accelerator podcast. If you love listening and you found that this was helpful for your direct selling business, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also check out the recommended video that's popped up on your screen right here. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye for now.